Welcome to Manna at the Tap, a podcast of Tapestry Ministries. Each episode reflects on a daily Bible reading from the Revised Common Lectionary. I'm Gloria, a fellow traveler on a spiritual journey with the Tapestry community, and we refer to the daily Bible reading as our spiritual manna. It nourishes our souls, fostering spiritual growth as we share insights and interpretations that enrich our spiritual lives. Today is Tuesday, May the 12th, 2026, in the sixth week of Easter. The lectionary reading is from the book of Deuteronomy in the Old Testament. This book is a collection of sermons in which Moses revisits God's laws originally given to the formerly enslaved Israelites under his guidance. 40 years earlier, that generation, the ones who walked on dry land through the Red Sea, was led by Moses into the desert, where God gave them the Ten Commandments and other guidelines for life in the homeland he had promised their ancestors. But they did not trust that God would bring them into the homeland that he had promised to their ancestors. And because of their disbelief and repeated rebellion, that first generation lived and died in the desert. The lectionary reading is from Deuteronomy chapter 5, verses 22 to 33. The second generation, those born in the desert, stands where their parents once stood. Moses reviews with them the same Ten Commandments and other guidelines that were given to their parents. He began by informing them that the Lord not only established a covenant with their ancestors, but was also forming a new one with everyone present that day. When their parents heard God's voice in the darkness and saw the mountain blazing with fire, they feared they would be consumed by the flames and perish. So they asked Moses to approach and listen to God's commands, then relay them to them who would listen and obey. God assured Moses that he would fulfill all of their requests. And he gave the laws and the guidelines to them. But these laws and guidelines were within the context of a relationship. You see, God's laws are meant to teach us how to live in relationship with God and how to be God's people. They are gifts, not burdensome. Moses tells the new generation, standing exactly where their parents once stood, to be careful to do all that God commanded and not to turn aside to the right or left. They were to follow all the instructions given so that they may live, prosper, and enjoy life in the homeland they were about to possess. God's desire for us remains the same today. His laws and guidelines serve as both a gift and an invitation to develop a relationship with him, just as they did in Moses' time.